Yes, guys, good evening. And today, in yesterday class, we are actually discussing about certain things, right? We are discussing about certain things, certain minor group of organisms. In today's class, also, we are going to do the same. Okay, we are going to study about some other group of organisms. Okay, some other minor group of organisms. That means these are not major. We didn't study it in a major basis, but still these things are very, very important. Okay, so if you have any doubt or any queries, put me in the chat box. Before we start the class, still some people have to join. I'm just launching the technical check poll. Okay, just answer, am I audible clearly, and is the blackboard visible clearly? Okay, if you have any issues, check with your internet connection, and please make sure that you are in a well suitable place where you get the proper internet connection, and check with your mobile phones. If the problem still persists, once go out of the class and come back again. And if you still can't join or can't hear, just put a message in your group, respective group. Some other teachers will help you out. Okay. Okay. Everyone can hear me properly. That's a really good thing. Okay. I'm having, yeah, Pavan. Today we are going to discuss about all those things. Okay. Yeah. I'm ending the poll now. Okay. Chat section is showing little bit problem something. Okay. So if you have any issues, just make sure that you kept it in the chat box. Okay. Before we're going to start or study the things, start with some of the questions. Okay. Yeah, Venkat, correct. So first question, virus is Latin, sorry, virus, a Latin word means, they are asking what is the meaning of the word virus. Okay. Option A, poison. Option B, disease. Option C, medicine. Option D, minute creature. Okay. I started the poll. You can answer in the poll. Okay. So you can also answer in the YouTube live chat. Okay. Everything is good. Hi, good evening, Ranjana, Jyoti, Akhil, Aman. Yes. So many people are giving correct answers. Yeah, we can simply think about the famous dialogue, right? What is that? Yes. Correct, correct, correct. How many seconds left? Still left with last 5 seconds. I'm ending the poll now, and I'm showing the results. Almost like 52% chosen option A, 16% B, 6% C, and 26% chosen option D. Okay. Okay, I'm stop sharing the result. Yes, most of you guys are correct. In here also, Aman, Akhil, okay, and YKTA Gamer. What is that name? If you put like that, I won't understand. Yeah, correct, right. The correct meaning, virus means what they thought. These are not microorganisms. These are fluids which still contains property to cause the disease. So they call it as a kind of poison. Okay. The correct answer is poison. Okay. Option A is correct. That means the virus in Latin means the poison. Okay. Correct. So we are going for second question. Second question is, which one is caused by virus? They are asking, they give 4 different kinds of the diseases, and they are asking which one is caused by the virus. Okay. Option A, malaria. Option B, polio. Option C, plague, and option D, tuberculosis. I'm relaunching the poll. Okay. Okay. Yeah, still you guys have how many seconds? 35 seconds. Yes. Akhil, think once again. Gamer. Yes, so many guys are giving correct answers. A kind of easy question, right? Because probably you heard it several times, either in TV or during while taking vaccine also. Right. I'm ending the poll now and I'm sharing the results. 10% chosen option A, 58% B, and 21% C, and 10% D. Okay. Correct. Prajwal, Ranjana. Okay. Jyoti. Okay. So correct. So malaria is caused by what? Malaria is caused by a sporozoan. You know that name also, right? Malaria is caused by Plasmodium, a sporozoan. Or if you go for simple thing, you can directly write it like protist, right? And what about tuberculosis? Tuberculosis caused by the bacteria. And what about plague? Can anyone answer which organism caused the disease plague? Is it a bacteria or is it a protista or what? Anyone? Yes. No, no, no. Correct, right. It is caused by a bacteria. Correct. The left one answer is polio. Yes, polio is caused by the polio virus. Okay. Probably you already take, not probably, everyone taken the vaccines, right? Polio is one of the dangerous diseases. It can cause the partial damage or partial or irregularity in growth. Okay. So everyone taken the polio vaccines because India is now dealing with the polio from several years. Okay, now there is no polio cases are there, new cases or fresh cases. Okay, yeah, correct, right. Yep. So next one will be the another one question came. The question is long, but this is easy. Okay. Most of the antibiotics have no effect on the virus. Actually, we discussed this in the last class, right? Correct, Shashank. Yersinia pestis, which causes the plague. Correct, right? First option, viruses have no metabolism of their own. And second one, they kill all bacteria which form the host of virus. Viruses are too small size for antibiotic to act on them. Viruses produce a thick covering and enclose themselves as endospores. They're asking why most of the antibiotics have no effect on the virus. Why we are struggling to find the this particular kind of the vaccine or something or antibiotic for the that particular coronavirus they are asking. Okay, I'm relaunching the poll. You can think and you can answer. That's why I gave a little bit a longer time. Okay, comparatively. Yes. Correct. Yes. How many seconds left? Last. Correct, right? So many of you here also. Why Locusta came? I didn't understand. Ranjana, Aman, Locusta, Acosta. Okay. Correct. So many people in YouTube live also. So many people in here also answering correctly. Transformer, no, like it will be transformed through the contamination. Okay, so that's the major thing. Okay, yeah, I'm ending the poll now. Okay, and I'm sharing the result. 53% chosen option A, 9% B, 7% C, 31% D. Why, guys? Did you forgot? Probably you guys forgot about the things what we discussed yesterday, right? Yes, correct, right. So you can think about this. We already discussed this, right? Most of the antibiotics have no effect on the virus because they kill all bacteria which form the host. No, and virus is too small. Viruses are made up of the different kind of molecule only. Still, even maybe it's small. but still it's made up of some molecule only. So this is also not the answer. Virus produces a thick covering. No, there is nothing like that. Only outer covering will be there. There is not thick like, and it never formed the endospores. The correct answer is viruses have no metabolism of their own. And as we discussed, most of our antibiotics work on the metabolic system of that particular organisms. So because of that reason, most of the antibiotics have no use, right? There is no effect. So remember that one. Whatever you are taking, it may be streptomycin or any other kind of the ciprofloxacin. Okay, all those antibiotics you regularly take, right? All of them either act on the that particular bacterial metabolic system, or they act on the reproductive system. Reproductive system means when that particular cell divides, those antibiotics go and join to that membrane proteins, and they will not allow that bacteria to form any more membranes, okay, any more cell wall or cell membrane. Because of that, the bacteria will cease the growth. Okay, so that's happening there. No, Priyanka, there is no exam for tomorrow. Okay, take a rest after the major test. Okay, today in yesterday class, someone have the doubt. Okay, someone have the doubt like, sir, is viruses only affect plants and animals only, or it will affect others also? Okay, so answer is here. The virus is not only restricted to the plants or animals. Okay, the major we know about plants and animals because these organisms are larger in structures and they are easy to see the symptoms and everything. Okay, but no, none of the virus have the metabolism, Sachin, not only corona. Okay, so yeah, but this virus also affects other group of organisms like bacteria, okay, and fungi and cyanobacteria. I'm just writing the cyanobacteria once again because to make sure that you don't have any confusion. Okay, cyanobacteria and also the archaea. Okay, what will happen? Protista. It's already updated, Venkat. Really, you didn't get it. Okay, I will check once. Okay, I will check with them. Okay. Yes, Sushma, I will explain later. Okay, please remind me later after the class. I will explain that also. Okay, thank you for reminding me. And it's also virus. It's like a comedy. Okay, sometimes villain is attacking on his own boss. Okay, exactly like that. Okay, because it affects the plants and animals majorly. It also affects the bacteria. It also affects fungi. It also affects the cyanobacteria, archaea, protista. But some of these viruses are so picky that they don't want to affect others also. Because for affecting others, it have to reproduce, it have to go and sit on that particular site, and it have to inject its genetic material into the host. All those things have to do, right? Sometimes they feel so bored that they didn't even bother to affect others. Okay, what it will do? Think that there is one virus is there. Okay, it's a virus. Some other viruses are there. These viruses are actually infect that particular virus. Okay, that particular virus. Okay, so they will live inside the another virus. Virus is living inside the another virus. Okay, it's same like animal is living inside another animal, or plant living inside the another plant. Okay, exactly like that. Virus is small, as you know, and there are some viruses which will living inside that particular virus. That means you can imagine how much small they are. Okay, so those are very rare. Okay, very few instances only we got those, but these are very rare. In these, the majorly we will study is the bacteriophage. Okay, majorly we will study about the bacteriophage. Yes, correct, Mohan. Right. Akshay, I will complete that. As soon as we complete the bacteria and other things, we will go back to the antibiotics once again. Yes. Okay. The viruses which affect the bacteria, are called bacteriophages. Okay. The story of bacteriophages are like very interesting. Okay. Why it is interesting? So we will go back to some other story, then we will come back to this story. Okay. Yes, probably most of you know that the river water or the water of Ganga and Yamuna is very pure. right? Probably you guys already know about it, right? Are you guys know or not? The Ganga and the Yamuna river water, we normally say it's holy and it's have the ability to cure diseases, and it's very, it's coming from the Kailas, all those things we will say, right? What do you guys think? Do you know or not know about those things? Yes? Give me a response, otherwise I can't know. Hi, Shalini. Right? No, not about now. I'm just talking about the things what we normally say. Yeah, yeah. You heard it. Yeah, you heard it. Someone is probably some of you have the holy water or Ganga water in your homes also, right? In place of the where you normally keep all those things. Yes, in Puranas, everywhere it's there, right? But we have several doubts. Okay, why it's holy? We normally think that it's given in there because we normally, what you can say, we think Ganga and Yamuna as goddesses, right? Because of that reason only we told all those things. We have that kind of doubt. Okay. But it's actually have the ability to cure some of the diseases. Why it is and how it is. Okay. People thought that, and in some Sanskrit slokas also, they mentioned that the Ganga and Yamuna rivers is originated from the Kailash and it's coming from the Himalayas, and along the banks of that river there are a lot of medicinal plants will grow. Because of those medicines which are leaking into the water, use the ability of, okay, it's that particular ability. They thought like that. They wrote poems on that. Okay. But what happened in the 17th century, I think, okay, 17th or 18th century, I'm not sure about that. Okay. What happened? The plague is high. Plague is very high, even in India also. Whoever having plague or whoever dead of plague, those other peoples will throwing that particular body onto the Ganga. Okay, so yes, it's a bad thing, we know, but they are throwing it to the Ganga. So what happened? One Russian scientist, I think. Okay, so he went there and he saw that, and he also heard about like Ganga water is holy and it will cure all the diseases, even the plague also. He thought, okay, yes, Ganga is holy. Okay, I can accept that. But they are saying like it will cure the plague. Okay, he thought it's such a nonsense, because how water can cure those things, right? So what he did, he just want to observe that. He took a water of the Ganga. Okay, he took a sample water from the Ganga river, and then what he did, like he collected some of the samples from a person who actually died of the plague. Then those will be thrown. Okay, that particular dead body is thrown into Ganga river. After 15 or 20 kilometers, he went to the river and he actually stopped there, and he is observing that particular body. When that particular body flown after like 15 or 20 kilometers, he again collected the samples there, and he went on and he started to study. For his surprise, after 15 or 20 kilometers, there is no plague-causing bacteria present on the body, okay, on the surface of the body. He's really amazed, because when he collected beforehand, the bacteria are there. Afterhand, there are no bacteria, okay. Then he thought about those water and he started to study. Okay. In studying that, he find the bacteriophages. I'm not saying bacteriophages first find in the Ganga river. I'm not saying that. Okay, just remember. He find the bacteriophages also in that particular Ganga river. Then he remembered what happened there. Okay, when we throw that particular body into the Ganga river, those bacteriophages which is present in the particular water of that particular Ganga, it infected that particular bacteria, and it actually digested or killed all the bacteria which is present in the surface. And probably you know that some people take the Ganga water and kept it in their home, and will say that that water never will get spoiled. Okay, what's the reason for that? So as in the last class, we know that spoilage of water or any food particles happens due to the presence of bacteria. When there is no bacteria, because the presence of bacteriophage, how it will spoil, right? And the second thing, hi Shalini again, yeah. And the second one thing, another thing happened is probably when someone went to the Kashi and when they bring the water, they will also put that water to the nearby ponds or the wells, all those things, and they will say that we will purify that. How it will happen? When you add that water of Ganga to that particular well or the pond, those bacteriophages which is present in there use the bacteria which is present in pond or that particular well, and they started to multiply. So bacteria will be reduced, and the smell of that particular pond is also reduced. Okay, this is some of the long story, and remember, don't think this will be left it here only. Based on same story, one time KUPY question also asked. Okay, they simply ask like, the reason for the healing property or the medicinal property of river Ganga is, the options is like the presence of the medicinal plants and bacteriophage, and because of its holy nature, and because it's originated in Himalaya, something else. Okay, now you know the answer. The reason for that is because of the presence of the bacteriophages, not because of any medicinal plant or anything else. Okay, it's a long story, guys. Sorry for taking this much long. But sometimes just remember, we simply take certain things as they are in. Okay, we never thought like why it's happening like that or how it is happening like that, right? But you have to think about it, right? So it's a simple thing, but a lot of like simple thing to say, but lot of background stories are there. Yeah. So I'm going for bacteriophage next. These are viruses of the bacteria, but they have the different kinds of structure. Okay. So this is little bit different. Okay. Yeah. How it is different then we will see. It have a head-like structure that's called as capsid head because it is made up of the protein. Okay. It's called as the capsid head. And inside this capsid head, you can find the nucleic acid. It will be double-stranded DNA. Okay. Bacteriophages are double-stranded DNA viruses. Okay. No, Deepika. If it is caused from virus or fungi or anything else, Ganga can't cure that. But the issue is in older days, most of the diseases are caused from the bacteria only. Viral diseases are very rare. Okay. Viral diseases came in the very late centuries. That's why the names came. Okay. And fungal diseases will be also very rare, and fungal diseases are normally a surface or skin diseases. Okay. So most of the diseases are caused from the bacteria. So it came in that way. Okay. Yeah. So it's a double-stranded DNA. Remember, bacteriophages are, yes, it's a coiled DNA, right? So coiled DNA or double-stranded DNA is present. So bacteriophages are DNA viruses. Okay. And it have a collar-like structures. We simply imagined, okay, don't think like it will also collar like me or you. Okay. Don't think like that. And it's a neck, we normally say, like simply. Okay. And it's covered by a sheath. And there is a base plate is here. Okay, this is called base plate. From the base plates, a leg-like structures are key. We don't call it as the leg, we call it as the tail fiber. A common structure what is present is like this head, a collar, a sheath or neck, and there will be a tail fibers. Okay, these tail fibers help in the locomotion, or I can say movement or locomotion. What it will do, this will actually do this kind of jellyfish, you saw, right? That kind of structure and that make in the that help in the movement of that particular bacteriophage. Okay, so this normally affects the bacteria, and either it may kill the bacteria or it may not kill the bacteria. Okay, that's completely dependent. Okay. So how it will kill or how will not kill, we will see that in the later class. Okay, in the next slide. Okay, but you have to remember that bacteriophage is a double-stranded DNA virus which only cause disease or which only affects the bacteria. Okay, not anything else. It have a protein coat or sheath of the head that's called capsid head, where actually genetic material is present, and it also have sheath and tail fibers. The number of tail fibers, the presence of spikes, the presence of collar spikes, all those are indication of different types of the bacteriophages, like lambda bacteriophage, T4 bacteriophage, the T2 bacteriophage. There are several kinds of bacteriophages are there. Okay, same as several kinds of plants, several kinds of animals. Okay, we will classify based on the structure of all those things. Okay, what's the spikes? The spikes help in the attachment of the bacteriophage to the bacteria. Okay, it will help in the attachment or the adherence to the bacterial surface. Okay, Nucleic acid, what is the function of nucleic acid? Same as other. Nucleic acid means DNA only, right? The function of DNA is transferring the characters, okay, character of infecting, character of multiplying, okay, all those characters will be held in the nucleic acid, okay. Yes, Madhugundu, okay, hexagonal shape, correct, right? So one question is here before we start for the next thing. The process which cannot take place in the absence of virus is, they are asking which process cannot take place in the absence of virus. Transformation, conjugation, translocation, transfection. If you in the last classes, and that means especially in when we are talking about kingdom Monera, you can answer this question very easily, right? So other person just think about it, what you can think, then we will study it once again. Insects by its tail. I didn't understand that, Shailaja. Yes. Okay, how many seconds left? We have 25 seconds. Yes. Correct, Amaulia. Varna. Question is not clarity at right side, sir. Right side, okay, absence. What you can see is absence. Okay, the process which cannot take place in the absence of virus. Okay. I'm ending the poll now. It's completely mixed response. Okay, probably none of you read it one more time. I'm sharing the results. 22%, 20% chosen option A, 33% B, 19% C, yeah, and 27% D. I'm stop sharing the results. Okay, yes, we will go for that. I will check, see. Okay, which cannot take place. They are asking. Yes. What is transformation? You know that, right? Transformation means transfer of genetic material from one bacteria to another bacteria, or simply I can say one dead bacteria to the another living bacteria, right? From the dead bacteria to the living bacteria. If you don't know that, no issue. We will see that once again in the later class. Okay. So that is transformation. What is conjugation? Conjugation happens through the process or conjugation tube, right? So with the help of a sex pili, right? Sex pili. So here it's directly here with the help of sex pili, right? Between the bacteria, both between the bacteria. What is translocation? Okay, translocation means transfer. Okay, transfer from one site to another site. From one site to another site. You don't know this name, what you can say, one site to another site. Okay, you don't know about this particular word, and we already mentioned when we don't know about a word, there is no need to take tension, right? Yes, transfer of bacteria genes from one bacteria to another with the help of viruses through the viruses. Okay, we will see that later, right? But the correct answer is transduction. What is transduction? Transduction means the transfer of genetic material will happen through the process of a virus. That virus is called bacteriophage, right? That particular virus is called bacteriophage. How the process will happen, I will explain once again in the next slide. Okay, remember the process of transfer of genetic material, okay, with the help of virus or bacteriophage is called transduction. The correct option is option D. Okay, so many there are some mistakes are there. We will see that. Okay, we will see that, Ranjana. I will explain once again. Okay. Yes, here when bacteriophage affects the bacteria, there are two different types of cycle will go on. One is the Lytic cycle and another one is the lysogenic cycle. Okay, one is Lytic and another is the lysogenic cycle. These are not too much important kind of topics, but these are important to understand the concept. Okay, how it will be, how it will happen, I will explain. Okay, once more conjugation. Okay, Manoj, after completing this process, I will explain it once again after the end of the class. Okay, So think there is one virus, okay, 1 minute, yes. While one virus is here, okay, or you can simply say that a bacteriophage is here. What it is searching for a bacteria to infect, right? So what it will do, it will go and sit on that particular bacteria, any bacteria, and it will transfer its genome, transfer its viral genome to that particular bacteria. What this viral genome do then? This particular virus take for this particular functionality or mechanism of this particular bacteria. It's like you hire you hire someone for your work, you hire a driver or something, but driver, what he will do? He will kidnap you. Okay, exactly same condition. What happens? Bacteriophage actually infected this bacteria. As soon as infected here, it will take over the complete machinery of the bacteria. Okay, what it will do? It will cut this host bacterial genome. Okay, it will cut it like small pieces like this. Okay, and using that particular components, it starts to build its own genetic material. Okay, simply think like that. Genetic material will be like this. Okay, I'm giving just an example. Bacterial genetic material, think like it is like this. Okay, this is actually a DNA, how it will be. Okay, the DNA will be like this. Okay, simply think like this. Component is like this. Okay, don't go or don't think anything else. I'm just simply giving an example. Okay, think that bacteria DNA is like this. Okay, then a viral DNA. Okay, viral DNA or genetic material like this. Okay, AT. Okay, think that this is the viral DNA. So viral have to divide, right? What it will do? It will cut this DNA and it will utilize this part and it will convert it into its own DNA. Okay, ATTA. So it's converting the host DNA into its own DNA. Okay, its own DNA. So what is happening? And the protein molecule also there, right? The protein molecule also there. Amino acid, I think you guys know about that, right? Amino acids will be there, like these are small amino acids. When all these amino acids will join, what it will form? All these amino acids will join and they will form the protein. Okay, what this bacteriophage which will do? Okay, this bacteriophage will divide this particular protein also and utilize that particular amino acids, and it will convert its own protein. Okay, so utilizing host DNA and utilizing host DNA and utilizing host protein. Okay, yeah, that's casual. Yes, correct. So using that, it's creating its own shell and its own things. Okay, its own body, its own capsid, its own neck, its own tail fibers. Everything is creating. Then it's assembling. Okay, when it's assembled, what happens? There is nothing to left apart from the outer plasma membrane. Okay, then what it will do? Then this will rupture this particular bacteria and it will go out. Okay, the host cell will be dead and the new virus will be released, right? What this new virus will do? This virus will again go for the same process. Okay, that's why it's called as the Lytic Cycle. Probably you heard about the word lysis, right? Cytolysis, or there are certain other words also there, right? Lysis means dividing or breaking down. Okay, what's happening here? Lytic cycle is going on means, yes, destroy, correct, electrolyte, correct, right? So what is happening here? This bacteriophage is affecting that bacteria, and what it is doing, it is destroying that particular bacteria cell and creating its own bacteriophages or its own progenies. Okay, so you can think about it, how it's happening. Okay, that's why we call it as the Lytic cycle. Okay, Lytic cycle. This how? Okay. This is how the bacteriophages will kill the bacteria from that particular water or anywhere. Okay, there are not only every bacteria, other bacteriophages there. What they will do actually? They will first, it's out there. Okay, in the media, it will affect this particular bacteria. Yes, phage attaches to the cell surface of the bacteria and it is transferring its material into this particular one. It's DNA into this particular bacteria. Okay, same process is same until then. But remember, here this bacterial DNA not destroying the bacteria. Instead, what it is doing, it is integrating its DNA within that bacterial DNA. Okay, it's integrated its DNA within the bacterial DNA. So what is the use of them then? Right. So it's just integrating. So how it will be useful? There is no useful, do you think? Right? No. There are some strategies there. Two strategies. Okay. What is the first strategy? When this particular bacteriophage affects this particular bacteria and integrated its genetic material within this genetic material, then it don't have any work. It's simply resting it. Okay, it's lying down and it's simply resting because whatever the work is there, the bacteria is taking care of that. Bacteria don't know. Okay, bacteria is like what you can say innocent being. Okay, probably everyone of us have the bacteria in our stomach also, right? And some of us probably have roundworms also in our body, right? Roundworms or the flatworms, sorry, roundworms and any other thing kind of worms. You guys are eating ice cream or you are eating cakes, thinking that you are getting the energy. But what's happening there? Those roundworms are consuming the energy without your notice, right? Exactly same condition. Okay, exactly same condition. These bacteria, okay, yes, these bacteriophages are integrating their particular, what you can say, DNA within the bacteria and they are resting. Okay, they are resting. Okay, but these bacteria don't know that. These bacteria are dividing for every 20 minutes. Okay, I will tell you, Aman. Okay, for every 20 minutes, it keep on dividing. Okay. Along with this particular DNA of the bacteria, it's also dividing this bacteriophage DNA also, integrated prophage, right? Whenever the bacteria is dividing, that particular prophage or the DNA of the bacteriophage is also dividing, okay? So what happens after like 1 or 2 days, there are like thousands of lakhs of bacteria are present. All the bacteria have bacteriophage DNA, okay? Now think, if the environment is good, now the bacteriophage, the situation for bacteriophage is very good. Then what it can do? The bacteriophage can start dividing or start going for Lytic cycle. Then what happens? Instead of one bacteria converting into a bacteriophage, 10 bacteriophages, now lakhs of bacteriophages will give crores of bacteriophages. Just think how much clever they are. Okay, how much clever they are. Okay. You guys think that bacteria don't have any benefit from this. Okay, but bacteria also have some benefit. What is that benefit then? This bacteriophage while coming, it carried this one, right? It carried a DNA. Do you think this DNA is completely pure? No, right? It's going from some Lytic cycle, then only it's coming. This particular DNA also contains the DNA of other bacteria. Right, other bacteria means the bacteria which is affected in the last time, right? Same, you can take the same example, like, I will explain. Okay, so other bacterial DNA also, when this particular complete DNA is integrated within this bacteria, along with this bacteriophage DNA, it's also integrating the other bacteria's DNA also, right? Correct, right? Think that this other bacterial DNA actually code for one character, any one character, like character of giving red color. Okay, red color character. Just think like that. Okay, it's a hypothetical. When this added to this bacteria starting is just a yellow color bacteria. Okay, or colorless or yellow color bacteria. When this particular DNA is added, then what happens? This particular bacteria is also turned into a red color, right? Red plus yellow color bacteria, because now it have the two character. One is individual or authentic, it's yellow color producing gene, and also the borrowed gene which is present from other bacteria which is producing the red color, right? So that is the advantage for the bacteria. How it will be advantageous? I'm just talk about the red color, but there are certain genes which actually help in the resistance. That means you take an antibiotic. but some of the bacteria won't die for that antibiotic because they have the resistance over that antibiotic. Okay, they have the resistance. If that particular DNA passed on to some other bacteria, what happens? The other bacteria also have the ability to resist that antibiotic, right? So that other bacteria also have the ability to resist that antibiotic. So this ability will increase until that bacteria want to divide that or want to destroy that. It can enjoy. Okay, it can enjoy the things with that. Okay, things with that. Okay, like that. Yeah, orange Lipika. Okay. Aman is asking, do individual virus have an end? As we already discussed, all the unicellular organisms do not have any end. Okay. All the unicellular organisms, you can say it like naturally they are immortal. Okay. Why we say they're naturally immortal? Because without any external force like UV rays, external force like heavy acids or heavy alkali, they won't die. Okay, there should be an external force to divide that. Okay, a bacteriophage won't die if it is simply living in the nature. It will only die when you add some particular chemical or if it infects some bacteria, then that particular bacteria dead. Then only it will be die. Otherwise, it won't die. Okay, this particular process, what I told, right, lysogenic cycle in different bacteria, this process only called as what it is called as, yes, transduction process. Okay, transduction process. If we keep a virus in complete vacuum without anything, it will act as a crystal. It will act as a crystal and act as the abiotic thing. Okay, when you add that particular virus again into a living host, then it will again start to form the virus. Okay, but in the meantime, if you affect that virus which is present in vacuum with UVs or any X-rays or anything, then it will die because the genetic material will be mutated, right? Yes. We will go for the next slide. Okay. One question is there. Okay. The question is asking, no, like very less possibility of that. Okay. Very less possibility of that. Time is, with respect to time being, is very relative. Okay. The question is, virus affect plants and animals, bacteria and fungi, prions, both A and B. Okay, I am launching the poll now. 1 minute. Yes, I am launched the poll. You can answer in the poll, and YouTube persons who are watching from YouTube can answer in the chat only. Okay. Ranjana is asking, will this lead to generation of its new types? Yep. The bacteria will be given new type of bacteria with a new abilities, I can say. Okay, new ability. Can some bacteria without having the ability to resist can have the ability to resist? The bacteria which don't have the ability to reproduce can have the ability to reproduce now. Okay, yes. Last 20 seconds. So many guys are giving correct answers like Shailaja, yes, Amana, Jyoti, Ranjan, yep, Varsha, Shashank. Yes, I am ending the poll now. 82% are answered. But compared to our last classes before the MT, this is very low. Okay, the responses are 16% choose an option A, 1% B, nobody choose an option D, and 84% G. Yes, guys. You guys are absolutely correct. Even though you guys choose an option A and B, it's partially correct, right? Virus affects plants, virus affects animals, virus affects bacteria, virus also affects fungi. But it won't affect prions because prions are not an organism. So the correct answer is option D, both A and B, right? Option D is correct. Virus can affect all the A and B options. Correct, right? Very good. So we will go for the next. That will be prions. Without my knowledge, actually, 2 slides are deleted. Okay. Before we going for the prions, I just want to explain about another one thing. Okay. The culture media. Okay. Some of you have the doubts. Why we can't produce vaccines, or why we can't study, or studying of the viruses, or why it's very difficult. As you know that we will discuss about certain things. Then I will come back to this. What do you mean about culture media? What do you think about culture media? We actually, I showed you in the Monera chapter, right? When we are discussing about Monera. Prions, I will explain. Coleophage is also type of phages, but they will act on the different kinds of the host. Okay. When you come to the 12th, we will again study about all these things. Hi, yes, correct, right. Culture media are growing medias, or you can see that growth medias. Okay, growth media. Sorry, I actually added all the photos. That slide is get deleted. That's why I can't show you now. Okay, yes, correct. There are certain, like if I take a bacteria, okay, I will add the bacteria on a media called nutrient agar. Okay, I will add it on the nutrient agar. This nutrient agar contain all the nutrition required for that particular to grow. Okay, that particular bacteria to grow. What it will do, when I add that particular bacteria on this bacteria will start to grow using that nutrition. Okay, using that nutrition. What about fungi? I will also do the same thing about fungi. The media will be different. Okay, yes. But what happens when I take a virus? I can't grow on nutrient media. Okay, can't grow on nutrient media. Why? Can anybody guess why I can't grow viruses on nutrient media? And you can guess? Yes, correct. We need a host to that. We need a host to do that. Yes, if there is no host, it can't grow. Okay. So what we will do? What is the again another option we have left with? Okay. So for virus, what we will do? We will grow it in host or alternative host. What is the meaning of alternative host? Can you guys tell? Alternative host means you know that corona is present in both humans and bat. If you can't grow on the, you can't, what you can say, capture so many humans, right, for the virus, but you can capture the bats and you can keep it like, that's called alternative host. But we can also use it from the part or body tissue. Okay, we can also grow this in the body tissue. Body tissue may be our blood, or it may be our lymph, or it may be our muscle tissue. Okay, we will take those particular kind of tissues and we will grow the virus on them. Okay. Yes, that's what we will do. That's how we will do. Okay. Who is asking? Aman is asking, can we remove protein coat of viruses in labs? Yes, we can do that. Okay. Protein coat destroying is very easy comparatively. When we are studying about genetic material, we will do the same thing only. Okay. Before we studying the genetic material, or before we doing all other processes, we will see that in later. Okay. All the PCR and all the process. Okay. For conducting your research or conducting or amplifying your gene or DNA, you need a pure DNA, okay, without any protein, carbohydrate, everything, okay. For that, we have to separate the DNA. That time we will remove the protein coat, we will remove the outer sheet and everything. We will only have the DNA, okay. Plasma, correct, Darshan, right. Also in blood plasma. Okay, you will see about what is blood plasma, all those things. That's why I didn't mention about plasma. You can think about like blood, lymph, blood plasma, or tissues. Always in those particular kind of tissues, they will normally grow the virus. Okay. Yes. So we will go for the next one. Before we go for the next one, there is another one question. Can you make virus into viroids? Okay, you can't do that. Okay, it's the same thing, like even though what you can see, these are made up of from, you can think about like this. Okay, how can you make a gram positive into gram negative? Same negative thing. Okay, both are completely different kinds of these species, so you can't make it something like that. Okay, so one question is, what is virion? Okay, we know about virus and we know about viroids, but one question still left with us is, what is virion? Okay, virion is actually alternative term for the virus. Okay, Virion is the infectious agent. Virion is the infectious agent. Okay. This is actually virus only. Okay. This is actually virus only. Then when we will use the term virion, when it is present outside of the body. Okay. 1 minute. Yes, correct. When it is present outside of the host body, it's have the ability to infect it. So you can say it as the infectious agent, right? That's what we call it as the virion. Virus is a common term for everywhere. Okay, so inside the body, outside the body, common term. Common term is the virus. But when it is present outside the body and it have the ability to infect, then you call it as the virion. Okay. What is the use of protein coat in virus? The same as our cell wall in the other organisms, the protein coat help in that particular virus in the mechanical damage, first thing. Okay. Second, I will write down here. Okay. The function of capsid. Function of capsid is the first one, mechanical damage, to stop the mechanical damage. I will tell Nishit. Okay. Mechanical damage. And second one is attachment. We discussed yesterday class, right? Attachment to the host surface. Okay, that's what knocking receptors, everything is present on the capsid only. Okay, attachment and mechanical damage. To stop the mechanical damage, these are the major functions. Okay. What are viruses? We already discussed, right, Pawan, in yesterday class only. Viruses are viruses without the protein coat. Where you went yesterday? Then culture media can be done in the medium of vivo or in vitro, both. Yes, yes, Rabi, you are absolutely correct. Yes. Double-stranded DNA. Bacteriophages have the double-stranded DNA. Bacteriophages. Okay. And yeah, and someone is asking what is mobile virus. Probably you are talking about transposons. So there are certain genes in our body. This can change its position from one chromosome site to the another chromosome site. Those are called as mobile genes or transposons. Okay, thus more related to the genes. That's what we are not studying it here. We are studying it in the 12th class. Okay, and none of them are in disease causing. These are regular genes. Okay, we will go for the next one. Those are called as prions. Okay, I'm writing it here once again. Okay, these are actually prions. Okay, correct, Pawan. You are absolutely correct. Right. So what are prions? These are misfolded protein. What is misfolding then? Misfolded protein. Misfolded protein. Symbiotic association in virus, I am not sure, Surabi. I am not sure about it. Okay. Yes, misfolded or abnormally folded proteins. Do you guys know what it is? What is the structure actually? This is actually structure of the protein. You normally see the structure of DNA and all the things, right? You never saw the structure of proteins. Okay. Yes. Sorry. Okay, I missed it. Sorry. Thank you, Sachin. Yeah. So these are actually misfolded proteins. Think these are the structure of the proteins. Okay, there are different conformations are there. Conformation means how it will fold or how it will act. Okay. So what it will do, sometimes the that proteins will be turned in some other direction, then they will turn into some infectious agents. Okay, they will turn into some infectious agents. How the folding is done, we will see that in our biomolecule chapter. Okay. Yes, is virus and software have any connection with the viruses? No. Who is asking? No, Aman. Those are completely different. We gave the computer virus also same thing, because these are also invisible, but they will affect the complete computers. That's why those are completely different. I will share it once again. Okay, so here we will see that what happens. The things that the protein have to fold like this particular protein. Okay, but what happens? This particular protein will fold like something like this. Then what happens? This misfold will Sometimes, not every time. Okay, sometimes this more misfold, it acts in a different way, and they start to affect the other protein molecules. Okay, other protein molecule and start to destroy the proteins. Okay, where it will affect? This will normally affect the brain. Okay, yes, it will affect the brains. And remember, I'm repeating it once again, whatever the neurological diseases are there, or I'm not using that term, I'm using whatever the neural degenerative diseases are there. Neural degenerative means new tissues or nerve tissues will be damaging. Those tissues will be irreversible. Irreversible means what? If something happens to that particular neurons, you can't restore it. Okay, if something happens within this tissue, the tissue or something, you can restore it, but you can't do with the neural tissues. Okay, when that thing happens, these particular prions will go and affect your brains, and they will start to make holes in them. Okay, because of the removal of the proteins, the brains will have to start the holes in them. Because of that, it looks like a sponge. Okay, because of that, it looks like a sponge. That's why we call those diseases as spongiform encephalopathies. Okay, not every time, Sachin, only few times. Okay, not every time we can't say that happen. Okay, so there are two major diseases prions caused by prions. One is bovine spongiform encephalopathy, okay, or BSE, or simpler term you can say it as a mad disease. Because when those are started to destroyed, then what happens? That cow will turn into mad, or it don't know when to eat, when to do anything, right? Same kind of disease also occur in humans. It's called Sear-Jacob disease or CJD. Okay, CJD. Okay, this is actually analogous. Right, this is actually analogous. That means similar kind of the prions which cause this. So it occurs in the humans. Okay, it occurs in the humans. Here also same thing happens. That particular human will lose his mind. He don't know what he is doing in the later cases. Okay, I'm going for the second slide also. Here also I'm explaining in the Sear-Jacob disease how it's happening. Look, it's a normal prion. Prion means that particular protein. Okay, it's a normally it's producing in this way. But what's happening here? This particular folding is happening in this way. Okay, because of this misfolding, what's happening? This brain is looking like this. Okay, this brain is turning like this. Okay, just check. You already seen several photos of the brain, right? But just check here how the brains are turned into. Okay, and remember, this is not a living organism. This is just a biomolecule, right? You know that, right? Protein is a biomolecule, so it's just a biomolecule. Yes. Yes, he's a person who Sear-Jacob. He is one person like introduced that. Okay. No, prions are not bigger than viruses because prions are protein molecules. We know that virus is made up of the proteins. So these proteins are very tiny and these are biomolecules. These are not an organisms. Okay, remember, these are not an organisms. These do not contain DNA, RNA or anything. These are simply a proteins. But what is happening? It's a free living. There is nothing kind living. I have to say free living because it should act like a living being, but it's not a living at all. Okay, it's a free biomolecule protein, I can say. Okay, it's just a free protein, not any free living molecule. Okay, it's just a free protein or a biomolecule. It's not an organism. So that is the major thing about it. Okay, it causes the diseases. You can ask, what about plants? As we know that there are no prion diseases in the plants because plants don't contain brain. You can think about it, right? So it majorly affects the brains, but it never affects, this kind of diseases or prion never cause any diseases as we know in the plants. Okay, as we know, there are no prion diseases in the plants. Okay, we'll go for the next one. Yeah, one question is there. Prion consists mainly of protein, DNA, RNA, both B and C. Okay, yes, it's also happened because of the missed gene. Okay. Yes, correct. 1 minute. How they enter the brain? Actually, it is formed within our body only because of the mutated gene. Okay. Someone is asking about medicine, Kirtana. Remember, guys, there are no particular medicines for neural degeneracy. Okay, we will see that in later classes also. Neural degeneration, there are no particular disease. There are no particular medicines for that. To stop that or to slow down, you have something. To cure that, you don't have something because there is no coming back, right? That's why you can see there are some elderly persons who are having neural degenerative diseases or can't be cured, right? Because of that reason only. Okay. Okay, how many seconds left? In YouTube also so many guys are giving correct answers. Guys, still you have, some of you have certain doubts. Can DNA and RNA be present in same organism, sir? When you talk about virus, Varsha, it is not possible. But apart from virus, all the prokaryotes and eukaryotes contain both DNA and RNA. Yeah, I will tell Pawan later. Okay, I will tell Surabhi. 1 minute. Okay. 78% chosen option A, 5% B, 3% C, 15% D. As I told you already, there are nothing to think, right? The correct answer, prions consist only of proteins. Okay, only of the protein. A option is correct. There are no RNA, there are no DNA. So the option D is also wrong. Okay, correct. Shailaja, Akhil, Akbar, Jyoti, Ranchana. Okay, so many people. Okay, is Prion? I'm going for 1 or 2 questions. Someone is asking, is prions are bigger than viruses? No, prions are actually smaller than viruses. Is someone is asking, is RNA always single stranded? No, it can be a double stranded also. We discussed in the yesterday class to make it get rid of some genetic malfunction. Yeah, some other questions are here. 1 minute. Sir, then what type of symptoms you can see or neural degeneration is there? Forgetting the things, not forgetting your class notes. Okay, don't think that I'm forgetting the class notes. I have the neural degenerative disease. Don't think like that. You are most of you fine. I think I'm not sure about it. Okay. What kind of forgetting things means? Don't know what they did before 5 minutes, or don't know what day it is or what's happening around them. Okay, don't know what they are talking, still I'm talking. If I'm teaching you something, in between I stuck and I don't know what I'm doing, those kind of things. That means loss of memory and loss of consciousness, all those things will be actually earlier symptoms. Okay. Viroids are the viruses without protein coat, Pawan. That's it. Viroids are viruses without protein coat. Okay. CJD can be inherited or not. Still, it's working on, Shushma. Still, it's working on. Okay. That's only Ananya. Okay. And another one question asked about, I forgot. Okay. There are so many doubts are coming. I forgot. Can we change the genes of a baby before it burns? We can change it, but we must not. Okay, so you are asking cannot. I'm saying we can. Okay, we can do that. We have that kind of the ability now using different technologies like CRISPR and all the things, but it's banned. Okay, it's banned in humans, but you can try those things in other organisms like taking Drosophila or taking some Annelida or some bacteria. You can do that. Okay, you're absolutely do that. You can do that. Okay. Loss of internet, Sachin. Yeah. Okay. Why this misfolding are happening? Will prions lead to death? Yes, Ranchana. Prions will lead to death. Okay. Affect will lead to the death. Okay. And Aman, misfolding happening because in the DNA. Okay. When all these proteins are generated from that particular kind of DNA. I'm simply explaining it. I'm not going for in depth. Okay. DNA will give rise to the RNA. This particular RNA will give rise to the protein. Okay. All the proteins in your body, which is actually coming from this process only. Okay. When there is damage in DNA, okay, damage in DNA, this damage will lead to here also. This damage also leads to the here also. Sometimes This protein misfolding also caused by the misregulation of the RNA to the protein factors. Okay, there are some factors will be there. They are actually responsible for that. Those also act on that. Okay, do prions infect viruses? No, there are. We don't know about that. I'm not saying no. We don't know about it. Okay. Who is the son of Einstein? How would I know, Pawan? I am not related to Einstein. Okay, he is not grandfather. No, yeah. Ask Vishal sir. Probably he will answer. He is physics, right? He may give answer. How prions will reproduce? There is nothing reproduction in prions because these are not living organisms, but they may induce. Okay, they may induce only symptoms and the diseases. Okay. First thing, remember, guys. Always remember one thing: prion is not an organism. Prion is just a protein. Okay, all your growth, reproduction, everything we studied in the first chapter, living, not living. Proteins are not living. Okay, so it can't do all these things. Correct, right? Understood, Mohan. I'm going for next question. The question is reindeer mosses. Reindeer mosses, a lichen, a fungus, a bryophyte, or a nidarian. Okay, I'm launching the poll now. Okay, I'm launching the 1 minute. Sorry, instead of launching poll, I'm doing something. Yes, give answer quickly. Guys who are in YouTube, if you have any doubts, just post it here. Okay, if you if you want to know anything else. Guys, do I need to repeat lichens once again? I'm just going for just a brush up. Okay, I'm not going in depth of lichens and mycorrhiza. Okay. Does this misfolding have any connection with our habits, Aman? This is actually a good question. Okay. In our body, there are certain genes are there. Those are actually dependent upon some other characters. Okay, I will explain 1 minute after this question. Time is over. I'm ending the poll now. Okay. And the result 20% is an option A, 19% B, 51% C, and 10% A. Okay. Don't think that all the moss are bryophytes. That's the problem of the common names. Okay, common names. We know the common names problems, right? The reindeer moss is actually a lichen. Okay, we will see that later. Okay, reindeer moss is actually a lichen. But most of you went for bryophyte thinking that moss means bryophyte, right? That's common. That's what we discussed in the first chapter, right? Vernacular names or common names are misleading. Okay, these are misleading, right? It may mislead you. Okay, if there is any reindeer something I don't know. Okay, then you could have thought about all these things, right? Correct. Aman asked one question. I'm continuing that one. Okay, what happens? I'm going for the next one and I'm showing. This is the reindeer moss. Okay, this is the reindeer moss. What you are seeing. Okay. We have certain genes. How our habit will change our bodies. Okay, that is there are separate branches there. That's called epigenetics. Okay, if someone is interested in research, please go on that. It's a very huge branch. Okay, it's not a scientific. Yeah. Okay. So what happens? We have certain kinds of genes. And those genes only activate in particular conditions. Okay, you probably already seen. If you say your grandfather or someone don't smoke, if you smoke you will get cancer. They will say that I'm doing it from 30, 40 years or 50 years. I didn't have anything. I didn't got anything. Now you are saying like that. They will start doing everything, right? Or if you say you are okay. And if you say that to your relative or something, they will also say the same thing. My grandfather and my father is smoking from 30, 40 years. But you are saying if I smoke for one day, I will get cancer, something like that. Okay. So there are some matters are there. Okay. What happens? We will have certain kinds of genes. Those will activate in particular conditions only. Example for that is actually cancer causing gene. Some of us have. Okay. So what happens? Some people will have that cancer causing gene. Some people, the persons who don't have that, if they smoke it for like several 10 times or 15 times or like 1 or 2 years, they don't get any cancer. Okay. For the person who have that particular gene, if they are besides of the person who are also smoking, also can get cancer. Okay, this is highly dependent. Okay, you don't know you don't have that gene or don't have that gene. Those are called carcinogenic genes. Okay, you don't know that you have that or not. That's the major thing. Why we are saying everyone to not smoke? Because anyway it will cause the disease, anyway it will cause the cancer in higher levels. If someone is smoking from very long time, he may get cancer. But in some other person, a one time smoking or two time smoking also can cause cancer. Okay, or living with a person who are also smoking can cause cancer. Okay, that's why be sure, never smoke and never allow someone besides you to smoke. Okay, so that's why government is banning all those things. You can study all those natures. The same thing happens with the prions also and other things also. You can think about or you can study about all the relationships and everything. Okay, Tejaswini, what happened? You're smiling. Okay, all those things in the epigenetics. Okay, you can do that also. Yeah. 8 genes present in host body, sir. No, like AIDS is transmitted, AIDS is a virus and it's transmittable disease. It's not present in our genes. Okay, but AIDS affects, that's what. Okay. We are going for the next, lichens. Lichens are completely different because these are not made up of any one kind of the organisms. These are actually association of two kinds of the organisms. What they are phycobiont. I am repeating it again because of some new guys are joined here. Okay, phycobiont and mycobiont. So phycobiont are actually algal partner. Okay, you guys already know, right? Algae partner, and mycobiont are fungal partner. Okay, what algal partner will do? Algal partner will help in the food production. Okay, food production. Mycobiont help in the absorption of water and all the nutrition, and also the act as a shelter. Okay, also act as the shelter. So in the this particular lichens, there are 3 types are there: crustose, foliose, and triticose. Crustose means firmly attached to the rocks, and foliose means 1 minute, leaf-like. Okay, and triticose like completely a branched kind of structure. Okay, branched kind of the structure. These are the divisions. Okay, next, as indicators, actually pollution, it acts as a pollution indicator. Why it acts as a pollution indicator? Can anybody answer? We already know that, right? How it will act as a pollution indicator? Because these are sensitive. These are sensitive to which pollution? These are sensitive to the SO2 pollution. Okay. Why, guys? Nobody is answering. Yeah. Now somebody is answered. Thank you. Okay. Correct. Yes, they not grow in the pollution area because they are sensitive to SO2 pollution. Okay, SO2 pollution. What are the some other health or function or other uses? First one, okay, we use it for the production of litmus. Okay, we use it for the litmus. Okay, whatever you are using, litmus paper and everything that I from the okay, we also used in the spice. Okay, this particular black rock lichen we used in the biryani and all those things. Okay, and these are also help in the soil formation. Okay, help in the soil formation. What it will do? This will attach it to the rocks, and yes, it's used in biryani and all the other masala items in this. Okay, yes, ecological succession, correct, right? No won't happen. Okay, yes, this will degrade that particular rock and the function of to grow. Okay, yes, it will grow the, it will break the rocks using the, it will produce some organic acids, okay, like usnic acid, there are some other acids are there, it's not important for you, okay. It will break that particular rock and it will help the other plants to grow, okay. One question is here, question is which one of the following microbes form symbiotic association with plants and help them in their nutrition? Correct, Varsha. Lichen is also symbiotic association between algae and fungi. I'm launching the poll now. I'm just revising it here. Okay, I'm not going. We already completed all those things. It is available in the YouTube. Okay, the YouTube peoples for the all the last classes and our notes. I kept all the link in the group description. You can check in there. Okay, you can visit and you can watch it later. Okay. Yes. Last 30 seconds. Last 26 seconds. Simple question, but you have to think. Okay. I know you guys don't know this answer, but I'm simply asking. They are asking which one of the following microbes form symbiotic association with plants and help them in their nutrition. Okay. They have to help them in their nutrition. Okay. Yes, I'm ending the poll now. 33% chosen option A, 9% B, 33% C, and 26% D. I'm going for explanation. Okay. You know, there are certain there are certain fungi are there. Those are actually help with the plants with association with the roots by absorbing phosphates or the nutrition. Those are called as mycorrhiza. Those are called as mycorrhiza. Okay. What is the example for mycorrhiza that we have to see? Aspergillus is actually pathogenic. Azotobacter, which help in the nitrogen fixation, okay, but they are not association with the plants, they will be free living, okay. And trichoderma is actually help in the overcome the diseases of the plant, but they never give nutrition, okay. The correct answer is the glomus, okay. Glomus is the species of mycorrhiza which help in the absorption of the nutrition. Remember, you have to remember of mycorrhiza is the glomus. Okay, remember this particular option 2 is correct. Okay, option 2 or B is correct. Okay, mycorrhiza. So what is mycorrhiza then? Myco means what? Fungi. Okay, rhiza means what? Root. The fungi which are associated with the root. Right. As you can see here, there are certain fungi will be there. Those will be affect to the plant's root and they will branch out, which will increase the surface area of that particular root. Okay. Along with that particular root here. Okay. Here you can see without root, I'm just removing that. I'm just writing that with mycorrhiza. Okay. With mycorrhiza and without mycorrhiza. You can see here what's happening. Without mycorrhiza, the limit is only up to this. Okay. But with mycorrhiza, the limit can be extended up to here. And this plant can absorb the phosphate ions from all those regions, right? Complete this much of region. So it helps in the absorption of, remember, it's helping the absorption of phosphate ions. That is very, very, very important. You can simply write it like nitrogen. It never, remember, mycorrhiza never, ever, ever help in absorption of nitrogen. I've seen so many times students are made mistakes. Okay. That's why it never, I'm writing it this also. Okay. Never absorb nitrogen. Never absorb nitrogen. It only absorb the phosphate ions and also the water. Okay, it helps in the growth of the particular plant. Meghana, you raised your hand. Okay, yes, it's the association between the fungi. It's the association between the fungi and the roots of higher plants. Roots of plants. Okay, roots of higher plants we will say because it's not associated with the algae. That's why. Okay, roots of higher plants. Okay. These fungi also act as a communication devices. How it will act as a communication device, I will explain you. Okay. These fungi, 1 minute. Oh, these fungi, what it will do? This will connect to two different kinds of plants. Okay, all the forest floors, what you can see here, you can think like those plants are not communicating, but for your surprise, all those plants are in constant communication with the help of these particular fungi. Okay, if there is any think that this is the end of that particular forest, this is this plant in the middle of the forest. Okay, if there is any scarcity of water started from here, scarcity of water, there is no water. Okay, loss of water, but Mangifera is genus, indica species on. Okay, white color substance. Correct, right. So these will connected to here, right? Before scarcity started to here, this particular region, this plant will know that water scarcity will come because of communication with this particular fungus. How they talk then? They will talk using the different kinds of the chemical or metabolites. Okay, metabolites or chemicals through they will communicate. Or think that because of some disease, the forest is started to dying from one side. From other plants, get to know that some bacteria or some disease coming, and they will prepare for that. Okay. How we can detect those mycorrhizae is simple. You can pluck any plant. Okay. Those roots, along with root having a woolly kind. Okay, a woolly structure. Okay, woolly structure on the roots. Those are only mycorrhiza. Those are only mycorrhiza. Okay. Yes, what is the function of what is the help for the fungus then? This fungus will get the nutrition. Fungus will get the nutrition or carbon nutrition from the plants. Okay. Is it true that parent plant will pass the nutrition and water to its growing seedlings through the roots? Not every time. If it's happening through the mycorrhiza only. The roots and roots never connect. Okay, roots and roots never connect. The roots and roots connect through this mycorrhiza. Okay, through the mycorrhiza. So it's a symbiotic association. Okay, why they did not have root cap or root hair? Okay, who said it do not have root hairs? These plants have root hairs. Okay, these plants have root hairs. Along with root hairs, these are also contains the mycorrhiza. Okay. How we understood that they are communicating by different experiments. If you do something to one plant and the result of that particular is available or visible in some other plants, then we can say that these plants are communicating. Okay, this is like a huge ecological process. Okay, we will see that in ecology in 12th class. Telegram link I will share, Akhil. Which school you are? Just message in the YouTube link. Sorry, in the YouTube chat. I will say that. Okay. One question is here: mycorrhiza, a relationship in between fungi and roots of higher plants is parasitic relationship, saprophytic relationship, symbiotic relationship, and epiphytic relationship. I'm launching the poll now. Okay, I'm launching the poll now. It's a 30-second. Take it like 30 seconds. Okay, don't go for 1 minute. It's very easy question, right? Answer within 30 seconds. So understand the communication. That's really good. Okay, like changes in the biochemicals. We are checking the plants for every week and every day. Sorry, every week or every month. Then we are observing how the chemicals are varying in each plant. Based on that, we are studying all those things. It's called metabolomics. Okay, there are 2 branches of sciences you can study in your higher classes. Okay. Yes, YouTube. Correct. Yes, I am ending the poll now. Okay, and I'm sharing the results. 86% choose an option C, and very few choose an option A, B, and D. I'm stop sharing the result. Yes, correct answer. Mycorrhiza is a symbiotic. Not a saprophytic, not a parasitic, not a epiphytic relationship. Epiphytic means on other. It's actually a symbiotic relationship. Option C is correct. Okay, so. And guys, I'm just this one. Okay, this is your homework. Okay, this is your homework. I'm sharing the modules. I'm sharing the modules, and complete the NCERT first, then complete the module questions. I'm sharing it in the WhatsApp and Telegram groups, and I'm sharing the Telegram group links in your respective school groups for Hyderabad and Shillong region. Okay, so you can make use of that. And once you join the group, please make sure all of your classmates also join the Telegram group. There all of our teachers will be there, so we can communicate easily, and all your doubts can, the doubts, you may have some doubt, you can't ask here, or while you are reading you got some doubts, you can ask there, we will help you out. Okay, so make sure that every one of your classmates will join the Telegram group only related to YouTube. All the people here in the Zoom, you have your WhatsApp group, to make sure that all of your classmates join the WhatsApp group, respective WhatsApp group. Akshay, why did antibiotics boost our immunity or destroy our immunity? Okay, so what happens? Antibiotics, while we are taking, is actually can lead to the bacteria who can resist that particular antibiotics. So that makes our dependency of finding new antibiotics. Okay, that's the only problem. Suhas, for you, all these Zoom, who are attending class from Zoom are actually have WhatsApp group. Okay, who are attending from the YouTube have the Telegram group. Okay. Fine. I don't know about Shashank. Okay, I will explain. Okay, yes, I will explain it. Two things I will explain here only. Okay, first thing is conjugation means one bacteria is here, another bacteria is here. This first bacteria will form a tube, okay, conjugation tube, and transfer its genetic material or plasmid through this. Okay, so transfer of genetic material through the conjugation tube aspect pili is called conjugation. Okay, and someone is asking how transfection is helpful for that particular bacteria. Okay, particular bacteria. When transfection happens, this bacteria, this only have the ability, it do not have any resistance, no resistance to any antibiotic. Okay, but what happens? There is one bacteriophage is there. This bacteriophage have the DNA which contain the resistance of for what? Antibiotic resistance. Okay, antibiotic resistance. When it affects this particular one, when this bacteriophage affects this bacteria, then what happens? This bacteria will be like this, and its genetic material changes from here to the here, right? Then what happens? This bacteria have the ability of resistance, right? What happened now? Due to the integration of the new genetic material, the bacteria without having resistance have the ability to resistance. Then if you take the antibiotics also, that bacteria won't die. Okay, that's the benefit. Okay, Mohan is asking, is hepatitis is a virus? Yes, hepatitis is the RNA virus. It's also one of the sexual transmitted disease, and also one of the major cause of the death of humans. Okay, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, there are several types are there. Okay, Gautami, all of you guys are there. Remember, the first thing you have to complete is your textbook. Okay, textbook is like a god, CBSE textbook, updated one. Okay, it's available in buy for yourself, and you can available in the internet also. After completing of that, go for your materials, Avanti materials, what we are provided, and notes. Okay, if you still want to take any extra notes, you can buy fingerprints, and you can also opt for the Biology Today magazines. Okay, I'm not saying these two things are not mandatory. Without reading that also, some people are there who scored more than 600 marks. Okay, only reading the particular books. Okay. Can we do culture medium for prions? No, we can't do, because prions can't divide because they are proteins. Okay. I will update that, Priyadarshini. Okay, I will update that. Okay, guys, then does we also get this type of advantages from virus? No, we don't get, Aman. We don't get that kind of advantages. Okay, we only get disadvantages. Okay, then we will meet in the next class. Okay, okay, guys. Bye bye. If you have any more doubt, post it in the Telegram. Okay.